Hi, my name is Mariam. I'm a student at the clinical program at the Chicago School of Professional Psychology. My supervisor is Dr. Linenfield. Today we'll be doing an intake interview where I will be asking you questions of why you're here today and also asking you questions about your background. Do you have any questions about that so far? Mm-hmm. Okay. So because you are an adult, everything that we say is confidential, but there's a few limitations, so I wanted to go over that with you before we get started. The first limitation is that if you share with me that you're in imminent danger of harming yourself or anyone else, I will have to intervene and step in. The second limitation to that is that if you tell me that there is ongoing abuse of vulnerable populations, such as an adult or such as an elderly person or a child, I am mandated to report it. The third limitation is that if in the future you're a part of any legal proceedings, I will get a court mandate and I will have to release any records or any proceedings that happen and go on while you're working with me. And the third thing is that if because I am a student, my supervisor will review this to be able to review it with me to be able to provide me with the best feedback. So, do you have any questions about confidentiality and limitations? No. Okay. So, this document I wanted to go over with you. So basically, if you see over here, we are being recorded, and this recording is because I am a student, and the only person that will see this recording is my supervisor. Once we review it and we are able to agree on a treatment plan, everything will be deleted and no one else will ever see it. But I just want to make sure you're okay and you're aware that you are being recorded.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
So let's get started. What brings you in today?
I just feel like I haven't been myself recently. Just been feeling more tired and kind of not motivated to do the things that I need to do, like getting up in the morning.
Okay. And when you say things that you need to do, what do you do?
So like getting up to go to work in the morning.
Where do you work?
I do medical sales.
Okay. And how long have you felt this way?
Since July.
Since July. Have you felt that you've been sad, depressed?
Yeah, I guess just down. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Would you say that it's all day, every day since July?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there are like moments when I'm like outside or like hiking where I feel like maybe a little bit, but like then it just kind of comes back to me.
Okay. Have you noticed any other changes since July, other than you being down and sad all the time?
Just more tired. More tired. It's like harder to
your
concentrate.
Eating habits?
I used to eat like healthier and kind of more clean and salad stuff, but now I'm just kind of eating whatever I want.
Okay.
So like I've been eating.
Are you exercising?
No, not right now. I used to exercise, but no, I'm just too tired to do it.
How about going out with friends? How is your social network?
I mean, like I hang out with them like once a week. Yeah.
Has that changed since July?
No, I think like I'll see like my best friend once a week, and then like maybe the group of girls will get together like once a month.
And how do you feel when you're with them?
I have a good time, but it's like I don't know, I love to see them, but it's not as like good of a time as it used to be.
Okay, so you feel a difference now.
Mm-hmm.
And how are you at work? Are you able to get the job done? Are you able to do the best that you can?
Like I'm kind of just doing the bare minimum to get by without anyone kind of catching on to these feelings.
Okay. Have you, and how is your relationship with your family? Have you told anyone about the way you've been feeling?
Not really. Like, I mean, no. I haven't really told anyone in my family. I'm also, like, not on great terms with my mom right now, and I never really had a close relationship with my dad.
Would you, have you ever had thoughts of suicide or wanting to end your life?
Yeah.
Okay, can you elaborate on that? Do you have a plan? Have you tried?
I'm not suicidal right now.
Okay.
But like when I was 18, I just thought it'd be easier if I wasn't around.
Wait, did you do anything to act on that thought, or did you just think it would be easier?
I think it would just be. I never acted on it then, but there was like one night when I was 23 that I pushed myself out of the car because I just didn't want to be around anymore.
And what happened then? So you pushed yourself out of the car. Did you get any help? Did you see anybody?
So my fiance and I were driving, my boyfriend then, and I were driving kind of like down a desolate road, a quiet road, I guess. And so we were just arguing, and I don't really remember what we were arguing about, but I just remember feeling like the world would be a better place without me, and if I just wasn't living right now, I wouldn't have to make any decisions, and we were yelling at each other, and I just felt like my heart was pounding, and I just felt so overwhelmed, and like there was no other answer, and it just occurred to me, just pushed myself out the door, and
so it was an impulse.
Yeah, so
decision?
so I pushed myself out, and I got scratched up, but I didn't like break anything.
Okay, so you weren't injured. Did you go to the hospital for that? Were there any incidents where you attempted?
That
was the only
one.
Yeah. Okay. Any history of self-harm? Have you ever felt like you wanted to harm yourself, or have you harmed yourself?
No.
Okay. Do you have any other? How is your history? Have you seen a therapist for this, or have you taken any medication?
So when I was 23, I saw a therapist. I was an ACT therapist for about a year. I don't feel like I really got to, like, I don't feel like I really connected with her because...
How many times did you see her?
Once a week for the course of a year.
And what made you feel like it wasn't working?
I don't know, I just don't feel like I got much from it. So I was 23 when I started seeing her. This was right after the incident.
Was it just therapy, no medication at the time?
I saw a psychiatrist too.
Okay, what were you on?
Wellbutrin, 150.
And how long were you on there? On medication for?
3 years. I stopped last year.
And how were you feeling while on medication?
I felt great. Okay, it helped.
So what made you stop?
I was feeling fine. I was feeling good. I felt like I didn't need to be on meds anymore.
Okay, so you felt it was a good time to go to medication? Was this advised by a doctor, or?
No, I just kind of stopped going to a psychiatrist and stopped doing it.
So you never let a psychiatrist know that you were stopping? You kind of just ended it? Do you have any other history of any other medical procedures? Have you gone to the hospital? Have you had any head injuries? No. How about your family? Do they have any psychiatric history?
My parents are divorced, and when I was little, like right after the divorce, I felt like my mom was really sad, but I didn't notice, or I didn't know if she was like depressed or had another diagnosis.
So she's never been diagnosed with anything, but you think she might have been?
I don't know. I was 10, so
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And being at 10, do you still feel like you were affected by your parents' divorce?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
My mom put me in therapy after when I was 10 for like 6 months, and the only reason I stopped was because she let me stop. I didn't want to be there.
Okay, and your mom put you in therapy when you were 10 because of the way you were dealing with the divorce?
She just was worried that I wasn't like grasping things or like.
And do you think that's true? Is that
I think I was
an
10.
accurate statement?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I was 10 and I just didn't know like it was a big change.
Yeah.
My grandmother was also sick. So she had Alzheimer's, and so even just kind of, she passed when I was 12. So even just kind of like losing her gradually, it was hard.
Okay. Would you say that was just as hard as divorce, or is that something that
I think it was
affected you
harder than
differently?
divorce.
Okay. You might have mentioned this. I'm sorry if I missed it, but do you have any siblings?
No.
So you're an only child.
I'm an only child, but my dad has 2 kids with his new wife. So
Are you close to them?
No, half brother, half sister.
And you do not talk to your father at all?
So I do. He
Okay.
supports me financially. He's
Okay.
paying for the wedding.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it wasn't for his financial support, we wouldn't have a relationship.
Okay. So it's based on what he provides for you. Okay. Is it an accurate statement to say that you still have hard feelings from the divorce and what happened?
I think he just kind of, it feels like he replaced my mom and I with his new family, and I just didn't feel like a priority.
Okay.
I mean, he tried. He wanted me to, like, be more of a part of his
Mhm.
new family, but I think there was a lot of resentment when I was younger.
Let's switch gears a little bit. Talk to me about your boyfriend. I know your fiance.
He's good. We have a great relationship.
Okay. Where'd you meet?
We met, like, right around when I was finishing college through friends.
Mhm.
We've been together since I was 23. He and I got engaged a year ago, and we'll be getting married in December of 2020.
And have you enclosed any of this information with him? How you've been feeling sad since July?
No. I think he knows that, like, I've been just more tired recently, and I mean, he makes comments like, "You're so lazy. Like, why do you want to just sit on the couch?"
Yeah.
Or, like, "Why won't you get up in the morning like you used to?"
Yeah.
But I don't think he knows about any of this stuff.
Can you recall an event happening around that time where you really started to feel sad and down and not interested in doing anything? Around the time of July?
It was July, so it's supposed to be, like, hot and nice and
Mhm.
summer and light and fun, and my fiance and I had started wedding planning, so it's like supposed to be an exciting time. So I just feel like it's a weird feeling to feel like this.
Okay. Do you feel anxious about the wedding planning?
Not anxious, just like there's a lot of decisions to be made.
Okay. So do you feel like you have a lot on your plate?
Yeah, I just feel like I have to make so many decisions, and what if they're the wrong decisions?
And do you feel safe with your boyfriend, your fiance?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. Do you feel that that he relates that the troubles that you had with your dad, do you feel like that you're going to see that with him, or do you feel okay?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think he's exhibited
Okay.
any of the behaviors of my
Those are not
dad.
things that you've thought about?
No.
So you wouldn't say there was something that really happened around that time other than you starting wedding planning that really triggered you to have these
Right.
symptoms. Okay. I wanted to ask you a few questions here. Have you had any times where you felt this energy of and you wanted to do something new and you did behavior that you usually don't do and other people characterize it as odd behavior? You had a few days where you didn't sleep and you felt good and you were really energized. Do you recall any moments?
No, not like that. I mean, coffee makes me feel like I have more
Okay.
energy, but that's, nothing like that.
Okay. How is your alcohol? What's your history?
I drink a normal amount.
What's a normal amount?
2-3 nights a week. And then I'll split a bottle of wine with my fiance, or if
Is that including the juice 2 to 3 times a week, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if we go out to dinner, I'll have 3 or 4 drinks.
And how often do you go out to dinner?
Once a week.
So just so I'm understanding this correctly, so you have a few drinks 2 to 3 times a week, and then this is outside of going out with your husband and having drinks, or is that inclusive?
Inclusive.
So altogether, within a week, you have 2 to 3 drinks, 2 to 3 times.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Got it. And is this the pattern throughout your life, or did you drink more during high school?
I drank more in college.
You drank more in college. Okay. What were your drinking habits then?
I was drinking again, college, normal amount, 4 nights a week. We'd go out, and then they're 4 to 5 drinks.
Okay, so 4 nights a week, and then each night would be 4 to 5 drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what made the pattern change? So you're a little bit less now than you were in high school and college.
I couldn't afford to I couldn't afford. Not that I could afford it then, but I feel like I couldn't afford to go to work hungover.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like,
Is that the only thing stopping you from not drinking more? It's because you don't want to go to
yeah, and, like, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like it was a different lifestyle. Like, I could get away with it in college. It's more socially acceptable. Now it's like, you're an alcoholic if you drink that much.
Okay. And do you feel a craving? Do you feel like you want to have?
It definitely, like, takes the edge off of the day. Like, I've had a long day.
Do you notice yourself at any moment going out of your way to have a drink?
No. Like, if like, I would never leave the house to get a bottle of vodka or leave the house to get a bottle of wine. If, like, I absolutely needed it, it would just be, like, we usually have it. We buy it, like, regularly during the week.
Do you have any history of marijuana use?
No.
So you've never in high school?
No, I've, like, I don't know, just didn't have any urge, and people who smoke pot, like, just, they don't do anything, so.
Okay. So only alcohol was really your go-to? Okay.
Yeah, I never did the hard stuff either.
Okay. So nothing else,
just alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure I understand this. So you've never you never had a medical procedure. Did you ever have like tonsils taken out? Wisdom? Nothing. Okay. No head injuries ever.
No.
Okay. Nothing. How about your family? Do you have any? How was your medical history?
My dad has cardiac disease. And, I mean, my grandmother died of Alzheimer's, so it's on my mom's side. And, yeah, I think that's it.
Are you aware of your father's drinking habits?
I mean, I never really kind of, like, noticed, but I feel like he drinks a normal amount.
What's a normal amount?
Like a glass of wine with dinner.
Have you ever been physically abused by him?
No.
Or anyone else?
No.
Okay. How about sexual?
No.
Have you ever had a moment where you saw or heard things that other people did not see or hear?
No.
And how do you feel about, I know that you said when you were 18 and when you were 23, you wanted to end your life, and 23 that you had an incident where you pushed yourself out as an impulse. What do you think would happen in your life now that would bring back this impulse of wanting to end your life?
Things got really bad, but I guess that's kind of
why. What do you mean by bad?
I don't know, like...
Have you been thinking about ending your life lately?
No. I guess, so part of the reason why I'm here is because I don't want to go back to that point, so I'm trying to be proactive.
Okay, so that's what proactive means?
Yeah.
Did anyone tell you to come in, or was it just
No, I just noticed that it was, like, similar to when I was 23, and, yeah.
So you want to stop it before it gets worse, but you are currently not having any thoughts of suicide. Okay. How about a plan? Do you have a plan?
No. Right now?
Yes.
No.
No plan. Do you have any access to guns or medication in the house?
No.
That could potentially end your life? No? Nothing? Okay.
No guns.
Give me 1 second while I look at my notes. So I want to come back right now to talk about your current symptoms. Have you felt that, I know you said that your eating habits changed, you're eating a lot, you're not eating as clean as you used to. How about your sleeping habits? Are you sleeping?
I feel like I'm sleeping a lot, and I'm still not feeling rested. So, like, on average, I'll sleep, like, 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take, like, a nap when I get home from work, like, around 4:35, and then,
So that's including the 12 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can include that, and then...
And that's completely different than before you were having these symptoms?
Before these symptoms, I would go to the gym right after work, alright, like...
Okay, so you would do something else other than sleep, but now all you want to do is sleep.
I want to go home, I want to turn the TV on, I want to sleep on the couch.
Have you felt that have you felt fatigued? Your body hurts or throughout the day?
I mean, I feel like my body's heavier. Like, it's like, just just heavy, like lead.
Are you able to concentrate?
I mean, I am able to like concentrate, but it just takes a lot. It's really hard.
It's a lot harder than
Normal.
So is there a significant change, we would say?
Yeah, it's just like difficult to kind of start doing work and then difficult to stay like focused on the task.
And going back a little bit to what we said, the only time you thought your mom was depressed is when she got divorced and you thought she was sad, but there's no other time or you've heard that she was diagnosed of anything?
Mm-hmm.
We talked briefly about your job. I wanted to ask, how was college like, and what did you study in college?
I studied human resources. I went to UMD. It was, I don't know, like a normal college experience.
By normal, can you define that?
I don't know, I like went out, I had fun, I partied, I like hooked up with guys, made friends, did well. I did okay in school, like I got a 3.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, just feel like did stupid stuff, you know.
So other than your boyfriend now, what has been your relationship history?
I just feel like pretty normal. Like nothing. Yeah, we dated here and there.
I know we talked about the way that you were feeling since July, and it's because of marriage and this whole new world that's coming, and so these feelings. And so, do you not feel like you've had any feelings of anxiety brought on? Just
not anxiety. I think the only time I felt really anxious was that day in the car. I just felt like overwhelmed, but it wasn't. It hasn't been consistent. And yes. I don't really worry about like the future.
What do you mean by that?
Like I don't really like kind of get anxious. Like it like what will be, and it is what it is. So there's no point
Are you
freaking
looking
out.
forward to the future?
Oh yeah, like I want to get married. I want to have kids. Yeah.
Okay. I know you mentioned that you haven't really said anything to your fiance. Would you consider talking to him about how you've been feeling lately?
I mean, I'd rather not, just because I feel like things haven't gotten bad.
Why do you feel that you need to wait until things got bad?
Well, because I'm holding it together right now. So like, he's not really picking up on any of the changes except the fact that I'm tired and like lazy.
Okay.
But
if you recall the last time that the suicide attempt happened was impulse. You had an argument and it just happened. So do you think that something like that could happen again?
I think I had the thoughts before that, and that was just more impulsive. But I don't have the thoughts right now. Yeah.
And again, you said that you would have the thoughts if marriage went wrong or something happened. With the relationship. Is that?
I think if like
accurate?
my fiance dumped me tomorrow and I was homeless and like everything was against me, I probably would be suicidal. But like right now, like we have a really good, healthy relationship.
So you're okay.
Yeah, and like I don't anticipate being homeless or like getting fired from my job anytime soon. Like I said, like everything's kind of, no one can predict the future, but yeah, I feel pretty confident that that's not going to change anytime soon.
Okay. I wanted to ask you, I know that you said that your eating habits have changed. How do you feel about your body? Do you see yourself that? Are you happy with who you are and how your body is, or do you see that you don't like it?
I think I eat healthy and I go to the gym because I like how I feel afterwards. Like if I eat a salad, I feel like kind of full and like I don't feel like bloated or like crappy afterwards. Whereas if I eat like crap, kind of like how I have been, I just feel like my stomach hurts, I'll get headaches, I'm more dehydrated. So I like to eat healthy, but it's not because I'm like trying to lose weight.
Okay. Yeah. So you're satisfied with it?
Yeah, I like the way I look. I just I prefer to kind of eat healthier.
Yeah. So you want that to be a lifestyle?
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, exactly. It's more of a lifestyle. But just recently, I haven't had I don't want to say the desire. I haven't had the motivation or just like the energy to prep and pack lunch and do all that.
Understand. Okay, I want to ask you a few more questions here. So I just want to make sure I have the big picture here. So this depressive episode, you've had it before when you were 10. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I never thought of it as a depressive episode. Yeah, okay. I guess thought that I just kind of was like more sad.
Okay, so let's call it symptoms. So these symptoms that you have, how many times would you say you had it?
I feel like probably at 10. Yeah, that's a good point. 18 was another big time for me, and 23.
18 and 20. So these were the only times you remember having these symptoms. No other time in your life. Okay. And you've only seen a therapist once, correct? Once for a year. Once. I meant one time. Like one therapist for a year.
Yeah, correct. And then I saw someone when I was 10.
Okay. Yeah. Someone you were 10. But that was your mom.
Like 6. What?
And that was your mom who brought you the therapist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 6 months.
Is there anything else you think that's important to share with me?
Yeah, there was this one time, like, in college, like, I just been thinking more about it recently. I, like, would go out and I would drink, and sometimes I'd bring guys back that I just met. In one of these instances in particular, I brought the guy back, and we were hooking up, like, making out, and I just, like, wasn't into it, and then I told him to stop, and he just kept going, and even though I said no, like, we still had sex. And I never told anyone. I didn't tell my ACT therapist. I didn't tell.
Like am I the first person that you're exposing this with? Okay.
Yeah, I
appreciate you doing that. I'm just trying to get you heard.
I just think that I did a really good job of kind of like not addressing it my entire life, and maybe that wasn't the healthiest way to kind of.
Okay. What made you think that it's starting to come up?
Just started thinking about it like more recently.
Maybe getting married brought up those.
Maybe I don't really know what brought it up, but I just felt like it was my fault since I was drinking like that, and I brought the guy back, and like, it wasn't rape or anything, but it definitely wasn't like consensual.
Why do you say that? Why don't you think it's rape?
I just feel like because like rape is like when someone.
You said no rape.
Well, yeah, but like I guess I just thought rape of like the girl had no choice, and I did bring him back, and like he did initiate it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've never thought of it like that.
Well, you said no, and he didn't listen, so that's right. And you mentioned you've never talked to anyone about it. And was this the only time that something like this has happened?
Yeah, so I was 20 when it happened.
20? You were 20? And do you remember having any of these similar symptoms at that time after this happened?
No, like I said, afterwards, I feel like any feelings I felt towards it, I would go for a run or I'd work out, and I just tried to channel it into something positive and just not address it, because if I didn't address it, then it didn't happen. The more I told someone, then it became real. So, yeah.
And you weren't ready to face it?
I definitely was avoiding it.
Okay. Do you remember your drinking habits getting stronger at the time?
Actually, I think I stopped drinking as much because I kept associating drinking with that. So I stopped bringing guys home that I didn't know, and I don't know, I think I started thinking smarter about my decisions and how they would, the impact of the choices I made.
So your actions were as if you were blaming yourself for what happened?
Well, I do take responsibility for it.
Okay. So that's how you still feel?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel at this point in time that it's hard for you to suppress what happened now?
That's a good question. I don't know if it's hard to suppress or if I feel like it's a mixture of just like kind of making a lot of decisions again, and then I think just like that kind of like had a thought the other day about it, and now I've been thinking more about it.
And how's your sex life?
I'm still active.
Okay.
Still good.
So it didn't?
No, it hasn't really affected that.
And even though this happened, you again say that you feel safe with you're with your fiance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you feel like he'll ever do anything like that, or
no,
you have fear of that?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I understand it could be really difficult to talk about. So so now that these feelings and these thoughts are coming out about this past abuse that you talked to me about, do you feel that maybe the more you think about it, that thoughts of suicide will come up because you do blame yourself for this?
I mean, like I said, I didn't let it affect me back then, and I feel like I'm in a much better place, kind of just
Well, back then you were saying that you suppressed it, so you didn't deal with it.
Right.
And now, if you do deal with it, do you feel?
Yes, I just don't want it to like impact my current situation. I feel like I'm coming to therapy because I'm not feeling like myself, but also I think this is something that I should address and unpack.
Okay. So you're ready.
Yeah, but I also don't think like I'm not gonna kill myself over this because this is so far back.
Do you have any feelings of worthlessness right now?
No, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I deserve to be happy. Like,
why do you say that?
Well, just because I feel like when I do feel happy, like this comes back. So it happened when I was 18, happened when I was 23.
By this you mean?
Like these feelings.
Just like the symptom?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know if it's just like, it's just me or...
So you feel like when you have a period of happiness...
This follows, yeah. So I was feeling good on the meds, and now here we are, so...
So the meds were definitely helping?
Oh, they helped, yeah.
Okay. Would you be open to going back on the meds?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for sharing everything with me. There's a lot of really good information. Again, before we end here, is there anything else you'd like to share with me? Anything that you think is important? Okay. Well, like I said, I do have a supervisor, so I'm going to consult with her and to see what is the best treatment plan if you do wish to continue with us. And we can go ahead and talk about your goals for treatment. Let me go ahead and write down what your goals are for therapy.
I think just to kind of go back to my like old routine and just not feel so like down and tired. And then kind of process the
the trauma that you experienced when you were 21, I believe?
20.
Okay. So like I said, we will talk about everything. I will talk about everything with my supervisor. We will go over the recording, come up with a treatment plan, and hopefully when we meet next time, you'll be able to set little realistic goals to meet. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay. Thank you.